You guys see me? All right, so this is just a debt analysis kind of plan. We're just going to want to kind of go over the basis as to what it is you have as far as debt. So in here, you're going to list off your debts. What do you have? You know, a car, a house, another car, a credit card, yada, 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 everything else, right? Balance, you're going to put down how much is left on the balance, not what you started with, but how much is left on each of those. Payment, how much you pay each month, okay? And then we'll do all those. Interest rate, if you want to fill this in, some people like to know, some people really don't really want to know what the interest rate is. But you know, 7.9, 9.9, 21.9, where you got a credit card that you went delinquent on. Term left would be how many more months would you have left to pay it off, right? And then a goal, you know, how many months do you want to get it paid off in? So this is just a basic starting line. I'm going to go through and fill out just a couple things and just kind of give you an idea. But if you want to send me in the comments what it is that you have, I'll put it up on the board, and then maybe, you know, kind of watch me kind of go through your plan, and let's get everybody out of debt. That's the idea, right? All right, so let's just say first thing is a car, right? The balance you have on the car is, I don't know, so you got like 15,000 left on the car, all right? Maybe it's a $400 a month payment. Interest rate on the car you got for 6.9%. And we'll go back down to there. Okay, so you got your, so you got a credit card. Credit card, you got 4,000 on. This is just how you do it. You know, you've got, and to understand your debt, you just got to write it out. Just put it out on paper or on whiteboard. Your payment on the credit card, say that's $70 a month. You're at 9.9%. You got another, let's just say you got a personal loan. Oops, can't spell today. Personal loan. Say you got a personal loan for like 10,000, but you got like 8,500 left on there. Been paying it off a little bit. That, let's say that payment is $250 a month. Interest rate on that, say 7.9%. All right, then you got your house. Here's the big one. Got your house. You own your house. You're not renting. What do you own your house? How about you still owe 142? Random number. How much would your monthly payment on that? We'll just add it all in. Well, let's just do principal and interest. Taxes and everything else really just doesn't need to be part of the debt, because taxes and insurance you're always going to constantly pay. But the debt, probably say $700 a month. Kind of comes to mind, something around here. Interest rate on the house is, you bought it a while, so you're at 4.0%. You know. What else we got on there? Maybe you got a. What else should they have? Maybe a boat? No. Car, credit card, personal loan, house. Maybe some medical debt. That does happen. Medical debt of, let me see the round numbers, 5,000, and your payment on that is, say, $200 a month. Let's say 0% interest. Okay. So let's add up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 lines. 5 lines of debt. Let's add this up. Oh, I should have picked easier numbers. Well, there's 20,000, 24,000, 32,500, 174,500. Okay, 174,500 is how much debt this person has. Outgoing, oops, what was the cap there? Outgoing monthly cash. Let's see, 4,850. What's that? 920, so 1620. 1620 a month is going out each month. Let me flip over here. That's how much you're paying on your debt. You know, this is principal and interest, principal and interest, principal and interest, yada 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 yada. Same thing every time. So if you want, this is the best way to just kind of start over, write down what you have, and get a handle on your debt. Now, terms left. So say typically a $400 a month car payment would have been like probably about a $20,000 balance new. So I'm going to say they probably have like 4 years left, maybe something like, if it was like a 6 year left, let's just say they got 48 months left on that. Few months. Okay. And credit card, well, that can just go on forever, right? 70 bucks in a year we pay in $840, but only 600 goes. I mean, you know, let's just say that's 10 years, right? 10 years left to pay off that credit card. The personal loan, $2,500 a month. That's sitting in $3,000 a year. So that's probably more like 4 years also left on that. Your house, let's just say you got like 25 years left on the house based off that balance. I mean, it's probably like maybe you've been in it for 5 years. You know, you probably bought it in the 160s or something. So let's just say, what's 240 plus 60? So you got 300 months left on that. That's 25 years. Medical debt. That's sitting in $2,400 a year. 48. So you got, what's that? 25 months left. 25 months left on the medical debt. Okay. So the way that some people like to do it and other people like to do it a different way is you're going to want to pay off either the lowest balance first, which would be the credit card, or you want to pay off the one that has the highest interest rate. In this scenario, that is actually the one with the highest interest rate. The way I like to do it is pay off the one with the lowest balance, because once you get one paid off, then you feel like you've accomplished something. If you typically, the one with the highest interest rate normally always has the highest balance. And if you try to pay off that one first, you can get stuck in a rut and you'll never get it paid off. You'll lose focus, you'll lose the drive. You need something small. So hopefully maybe you have like a small debt that's maybe like 1,000 or 1,500. And start off with that one first. But in this case, we have this one, 4,000. So, and it's only 70 bucks a month. So obviously it's the cheapest one. The best way to do it is to find a little bit of extra money, tighten up, shop at Aldi or any or get rid of certain things. If you don't need TV at home, get rid of cable or satellite. A lot of people these days are actually getting rid of internet because they do everything on their phone. They just go for an unlimited plan on their phone. You get everything through your phone. So the best way to do it, find a little bit extra cash. I always say to start off with $200 extra a month to put towards your debts. You find more, perfect, right? So this is, say if we added 200 here, That's 270. Well, in a year, we'd send in to be like 30, just over 3,000, right? Yeah, like $3,200 you'd send in a year. You'd have that thing down, let's see, 800. But really, you got to factor in interest, so they're going to take their little chunk. I'd probably say you'd have that guy paid off in a year and a half. So instead of 10 years, you're looking at 18 months. 18 months, you would have that paid off. Now what you do is you take this, and you take that 70 plus the 200, so you take the 270, and you add it to this one. This is the next lowest balance. Now this one, this medical debt, is going to be paid off in 25 months. So you've already 18 months through, so you only got 7 months left of this. All right? But now it's going to be, come over here, plus 270. Okay, so now you're sending in 470. Well, 7 months times 200 is $1,400. But if you're sending in 470, 4, 8, 12, really you're going to have this paid off in 3 months. So we're going to do plus another 3 months. Okay, I cannot spell today. Okay, so at the end of 20 months, this is just only at adding $200 a month towards it, okay? 20 months, you now have these two paid off, okay? So what would be the next one? This personal loan, $8,500. So you've been paying on that for 20 months. So let's see, you sent in $5,000 minus interest. You probably paid it down by about $4,000. So really, you only got about, let's just say, you got about $4,500 left on that. And you're gonna take this 470. So let me see here. Let me go like this. It's gonna go there. Okay. Lost my cap. Sorry. Let's take a different color. My girls like to play with different colors. Okay, so we're going to take the 470. I don't know if you can read that. And we're going to add it to this. So plus 470 equals 7. That would equal 720. So it's, now you're going to be paying $720 a month. Let me see if anybody's in the comments. Sorry. Sorry. You guys seeing this? Are you seeing this okay? Just want to make sure. Okay. It says it's healthy. Okay. Alright, so now you're going to be paying $720 on that $4,500 balance. Well, let's just say that $720 times 10 months, you'd send in $7,200, right? Really, it looks like maybe 7 months you'd have that paid off. So plus 7 months, you'd have the personal loan paid off. Okay? So now we're at 27 months. The next big one is the car. Ooh, the car. Okay. So we've been sending in 4,000 towards the car. So 4, 8, 12, 13, 2. Okay. 32. You probably have like past halfway. You probably have like 5,000 left on the car. Let's just say 5,000. We'll just, I'm not going to really do all the math. We're just going to say you got 5,000 left down on here, okay? And now you got to take this 720. You add it up to here. So plus 720, $1,120. Okay. Now, it's 5,000. It's probably going to be somewhere around there, but I'm just going to say, just for safe bets, that because in 5 months you'll have sent in 5,500 if it's 11, right? So I'm just going to say plus 5 more months. Oh my God, I can't type. Okay. So now let's add it all up. Now I'm not going to do the house because that's the end game, okay? But let's get rid of all this stupid debt. So we got 10, 28, 33 months. Why can't I forget to put in the end? Okay, 33 months, you get it paid off, right? So let's see, what is that? 12, 24, 30, just over a year, just over 2.5 years. You can have all these other debts paid off. This probably won't be come down. Most of that is interest, as we all know. It's maybe 150 bucks goes towards principal. So this won't be, but maybe 130. Maybe it's 132,000 if we're lucky. It's come down that much. Okay, but if you're just doing $200 a month extra, gets how much? How much was that? 524. Let's see. Yeah, 24,000, 32,500. 32,500 paid off in 33 months. You're paying off almost $1,000 in debt every month. Makes sense to me. All right. Okay, so now you just take this. We'll come all the way over here. Woo. We're going to do plus 1120. And this equals $1,820. Okay. Now you start cracking down on the house. What was I going to say? This extra $1,120 every month, that is directly to principal. That is. This over time, more of this will go towards principal. So it just keeps more and more and more, faster, faster, faster. So say after 1 year, right? Have I done much? Yeah, give them kids take all the markers. Let's just say after 1 year, right? Let's see. 1 year of house payments. Let's just say 200. You're going to be, let's just say by then you're going to, about $1,300 of the month is going to go towards that. So it's about $1,300 a month is going to go towards principal. So a year, for a year, that will equal $15,600. Okay, that'll bring that down to minus 15,600. Will that bring that down to 1? That's 121, 16,400. So in 45 months, this will all be you have left in 45 months. We can probably calculate it out further along down the road, but that's too far. If you want to pause it, I'm going to erase it and just kind of start over new. Maybe somebody sends me in something and I can add in. Let me see if somebody sent in. No. Okay. Maybe just kind of do a new scenario. All right. But you got that? If you I'd probably say you got like at that balance, and you keep doing 13. You keep doing this, you'd have the home paid off in 8 years, give or take. Just rough estimate, right? So it took you, for just 3.5 years really to get to here. I'd say probably have everything completely paid off in the house in 12 years total. Rough estimate, right? For this scenario, just random numbers coming out of my head. All right, pause, take a picture of it, write it down if you want, or get an idea how to do yours. All right. Erase all of this. Just start all over. I'll do another one. I like doing this stuff. It's fun, you know? It makes you feel good. It definitely, for me, gets my endorphins going for some reason, as far as exercise does too, but I don't know. I like doing this stuff. So I'm just trying to do something to help out people, kind of give them an idea. No, I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but I like doing this. Once you've done it, it's easy to understand. If you haven't done it yet, I understand where you're coming from, because that's how I felt when I first started. It was like, how are we going to pay off all this debt? Oh man, I should find my old chart and put up all my old numbers just to show everybody. Maybe I can kind of, no, there was so much on ours, it was ridiculous. I'll kind of go through it. That's a good example. But I'm telling you, once you get started, once you understand how much debt you have, you're going to be mad at yourself. I can't believe I have this much debt. But then you'll just be like, okay, let's get a handle on it. Let's go, 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 go. And the drive will make you increase that $200 more a month to $400 or $500. Or say you get a bonus, you just put it straight towards that, you know? Delayed gratification. Delayed gratification. That's what I always say. Okay, so, all right. If you're just joining in, send me what you guys have as far as your debts, your balance, your payments. If you know your interest rates, it's not really, that's fine. We can fill these in later on. Send them in. I'll put them up on the board. I'll kind of help you guys go through it. Or if you want to just comment me later, I'll do another video. Maybe tomorrow or something. Okay, so debt. Let's see. I kind of go through what I had with my ex-wife, and we had we each had a car, right? We each had a car. I think she had a personal loan. Maybe I think I had one credit card, 2 credit cards. Oh my God, I don't even remember what they all were. I just remember we had 11 things. So there's 5. I'm just gonna put credit card, credit card, credit card, credit card, credit card. We just had so many things. It was just ridiculous. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh look, one more credit card. There we go. Okay, so cars, like, then I have. Oh wait. One's not the card. One was the house. That's right, the house. Okay. So, I'll just give a backstory. The reason why we started doing ours was because we were going to get married. We were going to, we wanted to have kids. We wanted to get in a bigger house. We just had a small little townhouse. It was her house. I think we probably owed like $90,000 on it. Small little townhouse. So we wanted to get a bigger house because we want to have kids. But that was later on down the road. But each car, I don't know, maybe she owed $4,000 left on her car. My truck was probably $10,000. Personal loan, I think maybe, I don't know, $3,000. Credit card, you know, $500, 1,000, 2,000, you know, another 1,000, 4,000. I'm just trying to figure out, trying to remember them all. I think I had one. It really was an installment loan. It wasn't a credit card, but it was like 7,000. I had a trailer. That was another maybe 3,000. And I had I had a piece of equipment. Let's just say maybe I had like 6,000 on that. I don't know. It just adds up. All right, let's see here. That's 6, 4. That's 10, 20, 30, 7, 8, 9, 10, 40, 40,000. There's about 40,000 right there. So I'm gonna say we had total debt of 130,000. So, but 40 of it was just all these things, right? And then of course the house. I mean, we didn't have much on the house. That was the saving grace. But like the payments, it was just everything added up tremendously, you know. You know, the car is oops, I don't want to go that far. You know, 250. Well, just do 220. There you go. My truck, that was like 300, maybe 350. Personal loan, let's say that's 100. Credit card, it's like 50, 50, 50, 50. You know, you got to keep track of making sure you pay all these bills. It just gets exhausting, right? Sorry. Here it is on my phone. You know, I'll just make up some numbers here. You know, let's just say 200 to 100, and then 200, and then oh god, I think principal and interest on the house is only like 400 a month. I think our total mortgage bill was like 650, 700, something like that. All right, let's add this up. 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16, 18, 20. All right. 18, 20 a month going out in credit card debt. Now, luckily, it's not too bad. You know, I bet you this baseline number was probably more like 2,100, somewhere around there. I'll find the old charts and do a video on it. But really, it's just all these stupid little things. You know, one of these is Target. One of these is, you know, I don't know, Macy's, or some of this stuff was for another business I had. So this was like investments, or it has equity tied to it. But both our cars, our car was almost paid off at this point when we started. But really, just put it down on a list. What do you have? You know. Actually, I think one of these credit cards is a medical debt or something. But anyway, you know, interest rate. We don't want to do that. Terms left. Let's just do this. Let's just change this out. Let's just make it a goal. What's our goal? You know. All right. Here, we can just do this. This is easier. What's our goal? What is our goal? Make a smiley face. There we go. We're gonna be happy about this, right? Okay. What is our goal? Let's see. So I think we set it up to where we wanted to be paid off. We want to have everything paid off except the house in like 30 months. Like that was our goal, right? 30 months. Now, we also had a wedding coming up in 12 months, right? So we had to put away money for that, and a lot. But that was our goal. And I'll tell you what we did. 1 month, I just sent in an extra $500. I started off the same thing. Was just $200 minimum was our bare minimum that we wanted to put through, and to add on to get paid off. But we knew that $200 a month was not going to get us paid off that quickly. So some months I sent in 400 extra. Some months I may send in $1,000 extra if I had a really good month. My old job was 100% commission, so if I had a good month, it went straight towards that. We ate a lot of ramen noodles. We didn't go out anymore. It was very boring. If I wasn't trying to work as much as I was, we were just at home relaxing, not going out. So give up your social life for a year, and then you have a great social life after that. Okay, so let's say we got that one paid off, and then maybe 2 more months we got that one paid off. 2 more months we got that one paid off. I'd probably say 4 more months we got that one paid off. Let me jump up here. This one I'd probably say another 4 more months we got that one paid off. So now we're at let's see, 4, 8, 12. We're just over a year long. And we've gotten off. I mean, I don't even think it was this long. But we got rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines of debts, And then this one, I'd probably say, by the time you get to this, this has been a year, this is paid down at least $1,200. Paid down $1,200, right? I'm going to say another. I mean, man, I was throwing cash at this debt left and right, okay? I don't know, 2 months. I'll tell you what it is. We had it, the end game, we had it paid off in 18 months. I know it was just shy of 40,000, so my numbers are pretty close, but let's just say 37,000. Paid off. Paid off in 18 months, 37,000. We just made it our number 1 goal. And we went, and I think right after that, let's see, we had gotten married, we had paid for the whole honeymoon and everything. When we came back from the honeymoon, we took a break from putting money towards it. But we had everything paid off, and all we had was this. That was it. And we actually got to enjoy life for a little bit. But what we ended up doing, we got pregnant, we had a kid, and a little tiny townhouse gets a little cramped in there when you have a kid. But we had saved up some money, and we went and bought a new house. We sold this house, and we bought a bigger home so that we could grow into. And it was probably the best feeling in the world to get rid of all this debt. Gone. All that, gone. I could cross it out all day. I like crossing it out. I don't like it there. Right? Gone. And we were left with this, plus taxes and whatever, so it was like $700. It's the best feeling in the world. And if I can figure out a way to share that feeling with everybody, that's what I'm going to do. So send me your information in a comment or message, and you don't have to tell me who you are. I'll put it up on my board so that other people can see other scenarios and learn from what everybody else is doing, right? if there's anything else I'm trying to think of, this is just pretty much, I mean, really this video is supposed to be about just understanding how much debt you have, which really is just go through everything, write it down, figure out how much you owe. What is your minimum payment? I'd really like to get some other people's numbers so I can put some legitimate numbers up here. But don't tell me who you are. I don't need to know who you are. You know, just get some real life scenarios up on the board here. You know, but let's clear all this off. Okay, let me write on here. All right. Let's pick a color. I like black. It shows up better on the video. All right. All right. First question: how many lines of debt do you have? Okay, that's the first question you should ask yourself. How many lines of debt do you have? Understand it? All right, now, next question. How much do you owe on each line of debt? My question was horrible. So how much do you owe on each line? What is your current balance? Not the starting balance. What is your current balance to date from last month's statement? Okay, you want to know that. Okay, number 3. Let's see, how do I write? What is your payment? How much is your payment? Right? How much is your payment? How much is your payment per month for each line of debt? Okay? How much are you paying each month for each line of debt? If the car is a minimum of $550, put that. If the car is $800 a month. If the house is $1,762 a month, put it down there. Add it all up. Make sure your numbers are your numbers right on the money. Okay, and let's see. Then I want you to categorize them. All right, put them all in order. Let's see. Let's make a list, but put in order of smallest balance to largest balance. Okay? So you're going to make your first column, or you just have to list it out, your debt. Based upon the balance, how much is the balance? So you start with the smallest balance, and then work your way all the way up to the biggest balance. More likely the house is going to be at the bottom, right? Unless you drive a $100,000 car and your house is $50,000. I don't know why. Okay, And then you're going to want to put in here, you're going to list down your payments on that order of that you made. You're making your little spreadsheet here. So what we did was you do it on a piece of paper. You could do it on Excel if you want. Best way for us to visually see it every day, put it on a poster board. Just get a regular poster board from the dollar store, $1. Write it. Just make a little grid. Okay. So I'll show you here. I'll make what we did. Okay. I'll make a little border. All right. This is our poster board, right? That's about the size of the poster board. So on the very beginning, we listed down all our debts. Okay. And we listed in our our starting balance. Sorry, it's really small. I know you guys can't see it. Debts, balance. And then how much is your monthly payment, right? Okay, so this was just the start of our grid. Okay, and then just draw a line here. Okay, now from here on out, this is going to be month 1, month 2, 3, 4, just however many you can fit on the first poster board you do. And then we'll just make this month 7. Okay. So, who's the debt? Who's the debtor? What's your beginning balance? How much is your minimum payment? And then here you're going to put in how much you sent in that month. Okay. Now, obviously, the first one's going to be the lowest. Okay. Lowest. Oh, wait a second. I'll fix that. Lowest. To largest. Lowest to largest. Okay. That's going to bug me. Okay. I'm going to make a different color so it pops out a little bit. Yeah, pretty straight lines, huh? Like Dr. Seuss's book. Okay. How much is your minimum? This is your minimum payment. Minimum payment, right? You list all those there. What you send in for the first month. Now, your lowest balance, the way I always like to do it, the extra money you're going to put it to the debt that has the lowest balance, and then you work down the grid. Okay? So you're going to put in how much, say your minimum on this one was $100. So you're going to add $200 towards it. So you're going to send in $300. Okay? And then you do a little line. And then when you get the statement in next month, I need more colors. When you get the statement in next month, I want you to put in what the balance is right underneath it after that $300 in, because you're going to send in $300. Part of that's going to go to interest. So you want to know what the new balance is. So say this was, this was our lowest. Say this was $1,000. Okay. Now the new balance is, let's just say like 250 of the 300 went towards it. So now our new balance is 750. All right, so we end up paying $50 in interest, but that's our new balance. Okay, and then we go really good. Okay, the next month we send in another 300. Write in what you send in. What's your new balance? 500. Right. Send in another 300. Okay, your new balance is, well, now let's say it's like 230. Now all you gotta do is send in 230. And that one's 0. Now what we did, got my caps mixed up here. Once we paid it off, oh man, I enjoyed putting X's through this. Gone, done. And we made a new poster. That X's just kept going on. I love putting in X's. Saying, I don't have that debt anymore. I'm done. All right? Okay. So we start off with $1,000 here. Minimum was 100. We added 200 to send in $300 every month. We lost a little bit because of interest, but by the 4th month, it was gone. $1,000 credit card gone. Okay? Start off slow. That one's done. Now, as you're going through the one that you're putting on here, now this $300, you're going to put towards this debt starting on this one. But see, what you're going to do is, let's see here. So this balance was 2,000. And your minimum was, let's say it was also 100. All right? Minimum payment was 100 also. So you've been paying 100 on this. All right? Now here's where it gets tricky. Okay? You've been doing 300, right? Because you've been sending an extra 200 on here. Well, you only had to send in 230 to get it paid off, right? So that extra 70 bucks goes right here. So now you send in 170 that month onto this line. Then you go down to the next one. The next month, now you're going to send in a full 300 plus the 100. So you're going to be sending in $400 on this one. 400. And then 4, 8, 12. I mean, really, probably by month 8, this will be paid off. That one will be paid off. That makes sense? I can break it down more. Just write me comments. Let me know if this is up. I probably need to do a big spreadsheet of this so you can actually see it better on the camera. But you send in an extra 200, so 100 plus 200 is 300. Balance comes down, balance comes down, balance comes down. Pay it off. But you only had to send in 230, so you have an extra 70 bucks to add to this one. Now when you get to the next month, this one's completely gone. So you take the full 300 that you were putting here and you put it to there. Just keep adding on. You're taking this minimum and the extra, you add on there. This minimum, and the extra, add on to there. Add it on, add it on, add it on. And, oh man, there's a reason why they call it a snowball plan, because it works. It just snowballs out of control so quickly. So, oh. Oh, let me write something. Hold on. Well, apparently nothing on the whiteboard is visible online. Audio is muffled when you talk while facing the board. Okay, so I just need to not talk while facing the board. Sorry, guys. Maybe I could just move the camera to a different spot. I wonder why it's not, it's not working. Just put the camera a little closer. How's that? There's that light right there. Let me turn off this light. Okay. Let me see. It says an error has occurred. Troubleshooting administration. Okay. Well, I'm just going to end. See if this video works now. Alright. Well, hopefully it starts working again. I don't understand why. Turn on the light here. Let me get on some more lights going. Casual Wednesday. Okay. I'm just going to do a bigger grid. How about that? Okay? Oops. Yeah, I need to go get a microphone. Yeah. Alright. I'm going to erase this. Start all over. If you have a whiteboard at home, you should use this, okay? It's fun. If you're just joining me, I'm just kind of restarting over. I'll go over these questions before I erase them. All right. Understanding how much debt you have. How many lines of debt do you have? Do you know, a car, a credit card, a personal loan, a medical debt, a home mortgage, home equity line of credit, a HELOC, all kinds of things. How many do you have? Write them out. How much do you owe on each line of debt? So once you've written them all out, write out how much the balance is, the current balance is right now as of last month's statement, right? So it's March now, so for your February statement, you just got in, write it out. How much is your payment per month for each line of debt? What's your minimum payment that you have to send in for each balance? Put that in there. Then what I want you to do is put them all in order based upon the lowest balance. So if your credit card is the lowest one, you only owe like $2,000 on it, or $500, or maybe it's the lowest and you owe $10,000 on it. You know, I don't know. The lowest balance first, all the way down to the largest balance, which would probably be the house. Do that, and then we'll kind of go from there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a big grid as to how it makes it real easy to set it up and keep you focused on paying something off or paying off everything. That's what I'm gonna do right now. So let me erase this. I don't think anybody can really see it. I wrote it too small, but let's see here. Sorry if my sound is muffled. I'm going to have to get a microphone. This webcam just doesn't pick up my voice very well. Okay, so if you want to do this at home, you can. You can rewatch this video. It'll post once I'm done live streaming it. you could do this grid on the computer on Excel. You do it on a whiteboard if you have one at home. Really, what I like is a poster board, because then each month you take out the poster board and you look at it, and you see where you're at. Or if you want to see it every day, put it on the whiteboard. And when you walk by it in the house every day, you know exactly where you're at as far as getting everything paid off. Okay, so here. All right, what we're going to do is big grid. Okay, so the first column is going to be the debt or the debtor. Debitor. The next one's going to be what's the balance? And the next one is going to be what's your minimum payment each month? Okay. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. I just made this much bigger so that everybody can kind of see it. Up here is going to be each month that going forward. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we go out 10 months. Sorry, I was going to try to squeeze in a full year, but I can't. All right. Make a big grid. That's all you got to do. Probably not very straight lines. Okay. It's like the worst lines ever, right? Okay, so let's do this in red. What is your balance? Oh wait, hold on. Let me. Here, we'll do like a blue line coming across. Okay. Let's just say this person here has like, I don't know, 5 lines of debt. We just want to do it at home. Just do it with me. You can pause it if you want to kind of get set up. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so they got 5 lines of debt. They have a balance of, let's just say, 600 on one. 2,000 on another, 5,000 on another, 15,000, and then let's just say they have a house. Very round numbers. Okay. How much? Okay, so there's their balance listed from smallest to largest. There's probably the house, the car, credit card, right? How much is their payment? Okay, so let's just say the minimum payment on the credit card is $50. Minimum payment on this credit card is say $70. This one probably 100. This car is probably 400, and the house, we'll just make it an even 1,000. So don't want to be confusing. Okay, so we'll tally everything up here. Let's see, how much debt do they have? Let's see, that's 165, 170, 172, 600. Okay, how much do they send out each month in debt, or to pay for all the debt? So it's $1,400, $1,500, $1,620, $1,620. All right. Now, let's just say we're gonna do it where you send in an extra $200 a month. It's the simplest, easiest way to get started. If you can send in more, do it. Get out of debt as fast as possible. You never know when the economy may go south again. That's all I gotta say. Okay, so let's do it in like doing it in orange. Okay, so plus 200, all right, equals 250. Now we're going to send in over this. So in the top part of the column, you're going to write in what you sent in that month for month 1. Okay, so you sent in 250. Okay, and then now your balance was 600. You sent in 250. Really, probably $50 of that went towards interest. So maybe that's probably down to about 400. Is your new balance this month. So, and then what you do here. Okay, so that gets added. So here you're going to send in 70. Here you're going to send in 100. You're going to send in 400 here, and you're going to send in 1,000 there. Okay, and then you can tally up what it is. How much did you send in that month? And it'll be the same throughout, but it'll always be $200. Or if you throw a little extra, you'll be able to tally it up and say, "Oh, I threw in more on that month," you know. But really, you're adding $200 to this. So you send in $1,820 that month. How much? Let's say you threw in like an extra $500. You know, that would go to $2,120. Okay, so we'll do the balance of these later. All right, so the next month, send in another 250. I'd probably say that this balance is now down to 170. So now you just send in 170, right? This one is now paid off, okay? Here, you send in another 70, you send in 100, you send in 400, and you send in 1,000. Okay, so here, we didn't have to use all of our 250 to get this one paid off. So you take this 170, you minus it from 250, and you're going to have, you have $80 extra. So you add that 80 to the next one down, right? So you add 80, it's 150. Okay, 70, 80 to 70 is 150. Okay, and then the next, let's get on my red marker. Oh man, what I like to do. That one's paid off, right? This first line is paid off. Sorry. Now that line of debt is gone, and I just X out, man. I love putting in X's. Oh man, I love it. That just makes me feel so good. Okay, go. Next. That's what I say. Next. Bring it on. I'm ready for you. All right. By month 3, man, I was like halfway there. Month 2, that one's gone. I feel energized. You know, that first one's gone off my back. Maybe it was small, but now I'm gonna call those people with that small credit card. I'm gonna be like, listen, I don't want you to cancel it. I don't want it. I'm gonna get myself down to where I have one credit card. All right. Oops, hold on. Got my wrong one here. Okay. So look here. Let's do these. Okay. So let's do this. So this one, I'm gonna say maybe like $50 of the 70 went towards the balance. So our new balance is say 1950. The next month is 1900. Okay, and then we send in 150. Well, I'll say 20 bucks. I'll say that probably paid it off. Oh, I'm doing the wrong color. Man. Hold on. I like things to be neat and orderly. Everybody, you kind of always look at it, you know exactly what you're looking at. Okay, so after the first month, oops, balance is 1950. The second month, the balance is 1900. And then the third month, I'll say 130 of that came off the balance. So 1,770 is the new balance for that one. All right. Now we're getting in, let's see, 100, 400, 1,000. I'll fill in the bottom in a minute. Okay. Next month, now we're going to put our full 250, what we were putting in here. All right. So we'll do plus 250 equals 320. 250 plus 70 equals 320. That's our new payment for this line of debt. Send in 320. If I say about 300 of that is going to go, I'm kind of estimating like 20 bucks in interest for this one. So that's going to bring our balance down to 1,470, right? Okay. I should have picked a smaller balance. That way you got to kind of see it. Let's see. 1170, 870, 570. Okay. All right, well, I'll just play it all the way out. Okay? All right. So we'll do 320. Okay. So new balance is 1170, 870, 570, 270. Okay. So our new balance is 270, right? So here we're going to send in. Hold on. Okay. Here we're going to send in 270, right? Because that's all we owe left on it. Now that one's down to 0. So by month 9, you've paid off 2 extra lines of debt. Not to mention you're still paying on these lines. They're coming down. Their balances are coming down. We'll fill it out. But oh man, we get to put the X in. So if you started right now, by month 10, let's see, we'd be right about Christmas time. If you started for your March payments, you'd have those 2 lines of debts gone. Okay, so let's add this in. I need my orange marker. And this one. Okay. So these payments are all going to be the same, but I'm going to show you where the balances are going to be down on here. So it may only feel like you've paid off just these 2, but really you've paid down everything else also along the way, just by doing your normal payments. So this is how you fill in your chart. So now I'm filling it in, but each month you do it, when you send in that money, that's when you write it down. You write it down, not what you're going to send in. No. You write down when it comes August, So now we're somewhere here. You write in, how much did I send in? 1,000. We just did the minimum. Anything extra always gets towards the first one. Don't be like, oh, I want to throw an extra $200 towards this one, or an extra $200 towards this one. No, no, no. You work your way down. It's the best way to do it. Okay, now let's see. So we're going to do balances. Let's see how our balances are coming. Velcro this thing to the wall. It's flexing on me. Okay, so $100 on a $5,000 month. This is pretty cheap. Most of this is probably going towards interest, but I'll just say $50 goes towards the principal. So we're at 4,950, 4,900, 4,850, 4,800. Okay, that's probably how it's going to work with a credit card. You know, half your payment is going towards interest. I mean, that's just, you know, this whole time we've only paid it down by $400. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? 8. We've sent in 800, and we've only paid it down by $400. Right? All right. Well, now here's where we get before we go down. We get to the good part. Since we only sent in 270 here, we have an extra $50 to add to this month's payment right here. So here we're going to send in 150, which really means 50 of that's going to go to interest, and $100 is going to come off of here. So we're going to knock this down to 400. All right. Now this 320, right? Plus 320 equals 420. So the new payment for that third line of debt we're going to send in is 420, which means the balance is probably going to come down about $370. So I'm going to say the balance is going to be $41.30, and so on, so on. I write on the wall, but you can't do that, right? That's probably 10 months out, this will be paid off. So by month, let's see, month 9, 10 months, so probably by 20 months we'd be done. Now, if you wanted to send in extra, you can, on top of your extra 200, but if you do, you add it to the current one that you're adding to already. Don't add it to any one of these. You want to knock them out, knock them out, knock them out. Okay? All right, let's just, since we really can't go any further, I'm just filling the balance of these. So this, I'd probably say 300. Of the 400 we send in, 300 of it is going towards the balance. It's just a safe estimate. You can calculate it out, but it just takes too much time. Okay, so balance was 15,000, so we're now at 4. Man, I'm in the wrong color again. The sticker, can't help it. All right, balance is now at 14,7, 14,4, 14,1, 13,8, 13,5, 13,2, 12,9, 12,6, 12,3, 12. Okay, so by the end of the 10th month, on our $15,000 car, we brought it down from 15 down to 12,000. So by the time, if we went another 10 months, we'd probably bring it down another 3,000. So by the time that one's paid off, we'd have 9,000 left to pay off on it. But our payments, would include this 420 and this 400. So by then, when the balance is at 9,000, then you're going to start sending in $820 a month. That'd be, man, you'd be like, I'm paying $800.20 a month towards this car. The balance is just like doom, 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 just paid off super fast. Man, I love it. All right, and of course you got the house. Woo! Everyone loves having a house note. All right, of that $1,000, let's say, oof, $200 a month is. Let's just say $250. $250 a month is going towards the principal. $750 is going towards the interest. You know, hey, that's the way it goes. It gets better as you go further along, but oof, this is why I don't want to have a mortgage. All right, so the new balance, $149,750, $149,500, $149,250. 149. Sorry. 148. 750. 148. 500. 4250. Okay, so consistently send in $1,000 on the house every month. The balance has dropped from $150 to $147.5. Great. All right, but what we've also paid off is that first $600, that $2,000 already, and then this balance came down by about almost $900. This balance came down by $3,000. This balance came down by $2,500. 55, 65, 85. So by month 10, you've actually almost paid. I mean, these are just rough numbers. I'd say $9,000 to $10,000 you paid off in 10 months. 9 or 10. Yeah, 10 months. Paid off $9,000. It may not seem like a lot, but it only gets quicker and faster as you keep going. But $9,000 is $9,000. Some people make a lot of money. Some people don't make a lot of money. But to be paying off $1,000 a month in debt is huge. I think it is. So on the bottom here is just how much you send in. Now, just keep in mind, if you send in more, when you tally up that month, write it in there, how much more you send in. But just for this example, we just consistently sent an extra $200 every month. 820. Okay. If anybody wants to write me anything, go ahead and write. I don't know what else more I'm going to do today. I could maybe do another video where I condense this over, or maybe I just erase this and I do month 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, kind of showing it out. But really the car is going to be 10 months to get the car paid off. But I think it's a great way to show it, to show how we did it and how you should do it, to set it up to where you can see how you should write it out. Debt, what you owe. Balance, how much you owe. Payment, how much you pay each month. And then we can go through here. If you want to message me, whatnot, you can. Show me what yours is. I'll put it up on the board. Maybe a lot of people learn visually, or or by their hands, or by reading it. But I really think a lot of people these days are visual learners. Once they see it on the board, they grasp that image, and it's like embedded in there, and they can see this. But I just love putting out scenarios. I just want a new scenario. I just kind of did this one on the whim, but I love putting in the X's. I love when it's all paid off. Let me erase this. You know what? I'm going to do that. I'm just going to erase. Take a mental note. You can take a picture of it. Screenshot. And then I'm going to do months. Maybe I can fit months 11. I'll do it real small. No, then you can't see it. Okay, I'll just come back in. Okay. Oops, I erased somewhere. Oopsies. Okay. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Somebody's gonna get real skinny. Sorry. Okay. Okay. All right. So month. Let's see. So it's about 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. Payment, orange. All right. So remember, oh, sorry. I always love doing the red X's when I start a new page. Sorry, that's somebody wrote something. Okay. The top two are all paid off, right? I'm just making board X's, man. I love it. Okay. Those are paid off. Now, we sent in $420 on this guy. Okay. And then we're sending in 400 on the car, right? Okay. And the balance. What was I doing? 370. Okay. So of this $420, 370 is going towards the principal for this Well, this is a credit card. This is a card note. Okay. So 370. So our balance is 4130. Oh man, of course I made a difficult number. 130 means 240 left. $37.60, $33.90, $3,020, $2,000, $750. I'm gonna work on my math skills. 2,380. 2010, 1,000, 1,640. Okay, so we're getting close. Car's almost done. I think it'd be close, but I don't think we're gonna get it there. Okay. This is just an extra $200 a month towards all these debts. Remember that? Okay. So now our balance is 1,270. 900. 530. Oh man, look how close we were. Let's see. By month 22, that one would be paid off. Yeah. Okay. All right. What we'll do is we'll just see where everything else is by the end of month 20. The $5,000 credit card's almost paid off. Okay, what was our balance? 12,000 on this and 300 a month. Okay, so this is going to be 11,7, 11,4, 11,1, 10, 8, 10, 5, 10, 2, 9, 9, 9, 6, 9, 3. Okay, and by month 20, the car note, which was at 15,000, is now down to 9,000, just over a year and a half. And then you got to remember, by month 22, we're going to start adding this. Let's see, 300, you'll about have that. Month 22 will be split, and then month 23, all of that would be, you'd start $820 on the car. Okay, and then the house is, oh, yeah, the house. $47,250, $147, $146, $750, $146, $500, $146, $250, $146, even, $145, $750, $145, $500, $145, $250, $145, even. Okay. So the house gets paid off by another $2,500. The house gets paid off, or the car gets paid off by another $3,000, and about $3,600 the card gets paid off. So 35, 65, 6,600. $9,100 paid off in 10 months. Same thing, about another $9,000 paid off in the first 9-10 months. $9,000 paid off the next one. It's going to be the same amount paid off each time, but it incrementally gets a little bit better because this is just a baseline. And, as you're paying this down, the interest that you pay each month is less, right? Most everything is simple interest these days. So as you pay it off, the interest you're paying on the daily average principal balance, and as that balance comes down, so does your interest payment. So more than likely, you're paying this off just a hair quicker. This is just rough numbers. But, all right, so let's just say if this is month 23, the card is paid off. Month 22, the card is paid off, and then you start doing the car. This would be 8,700. And the next one, 3,230. Maybe 7,230. 190. Yeah, I'd probably say by month 32. I'd say by month 32, the car is paid off. Yeah, just over 2.5 years. The car is paid off, and all you have left on is the house. So by month 32, this balance is probably going to be about 142 even. That's what I'd say. Yeah. It's a lot. I mean, just throwing up numbers out there, but it does put things into perspective. It's just getting it up on the board so that you can see it, identify it, understand it, and then use this to control your daily spending. You go out and you're like, oh, I want to get this. You'd be like, take a mental shot. Be like, oh, wait, I have this whiteboard at home that's telling me not to buy that. It's telling me, oh, hey, throw me an extra 20 bucks. Throw me an extra 40 bucks. Don't go to Starbucks. Buy some coffee, make it at home. All right? Throw the extra money here. When we did it, we started off with $200 a month, but I found every way I could to throw extra money on this, and you will pay it off way faster than this. Way faster. In 20 months, this guy should almost be gone. And you should be done to the house. With what these balances were. It was 600, 2,000, 5,000, 50,000, and then 150. In 20 months, you should be down to the house. But make sure before you start this, you have cash set aside. Make sure you have a little bit of money set aside. Okay, you want to have cash on reserve that's easily accessible. You always want to have some cash. So don't just take that cash and put it towards the debt. Keep your cash on the side and work on the debt. Don't touch your safety net. All right. All right. You want to take a picture, screenshot it. Tease. If you can't actually see it, maybe you can screenshot it and then you can zoom in on it so you can see the numbers. But all right, I'm going to erase it. I'll have to clean the whole board. It's kind of dirty. So if you want to comment me. I can see my comments on the screen. And then if you want me to put something up there, or you want to tell me what's your situation, tell me what your situation is. I'll put up the list again. I know some people like watching live stuff, so that's kind of why I wanted to start doing this. Do live. Maybe tomorrow I'll do another one. All right. All right, so we'll go back over the main things. What's the main things? 3 things. Debtor, balance, payment. Debtor. One. Debtor. How many debtors do you have? 2. Balance. What is the balance on each debtor? Payment. How much do you pay each month? 4. List them in order from smallest to largest of the balance. List in order of balance from smallest to just make a grid, just like what we did. Boom. Make a chart. Debtor. What's the balance? How much is your monthly payment? Then you can go from there. You can rewind if you want to see the other chart that we did. But that's pretty much it. I'll leave that on the chart. If anybody wants to write me right now, I'm going to sit at the computer. But you do that at home. List them in order of balance from smallest to the largest balance. It's the best way to do it. Okay, well, I'll cut out the video for now. And if you want to message me, comment me, whatever you want to do. If you want to give me a scenario to put up on the board and kind of go through it to help you, or maybe it's maybe a bad situation, a good situation, a good I like if it's a good story and how you did it to get out of debt.